Previously in the Brotherverse.
I was one of the 7 monks, and the holder of the Talisman of Time. Your friend Sage, her soul currently lies trapped in a dungeon 20 years in the past. One day, 3 hooded figures stepped in front of my cell, and you said to me, "Don't worry, we're here to save you." And suddenly the wall behind me blasted out.
I know how I can get to the castle. The portable hole.
What business do you have up here at the castle?
I've been summoned by the king.
They're supposed to have the entertainer for the prince. I just wish once I could have a wonderful adventure.
Have you ever heard the bard's tale of the hole to the other side of the world?
And he does a little cartoon dive, and then you hear him like hit the ground. He's like, "Ah!"
All right, I seal up the hole real quick.
Wait, did we come here to kill a prince?
Where should we store him?
Oh, you want to just put him somewhere out of the hole
Is there a
to keep him away?
potion closet nearby?
Reduce him and
Put him on the top shelf.
put him on a shelf.
It is our MO.
Seemed to work out pretty well.
What a wonderful callback.
We could just put him in the dungeon where we're going to get...
Yeah, he can
What's her
sit in the
face?
hole for a bit. Think about what he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, well done back there, boys.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
You blasted your way right in here. Well done.
That's what I do.
Blast my way in. All right. I guess to the dungeon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think now that we're here, if we're all dressed up, we should be fine, right?
Probably.
What kind of things did everyone drop?
That's a good question.
I might want to snag some
It's a bunch of
treasure.
like fancy clothes. There's some nice like golden dishware. There's really nice shoes.
Oh, I want some nice shoes. What do they look like?
There's one with like pointed toes that like curl up. There's some nice like Birkenstock sandals.
Man, we're totally doing a midnight gospel here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Always collect a pair of shoes.
Once you exit the 20 years later, you have new shoes and you go and put them on your shelf.
Yeah. I want the curly shoes.
Those sound
All
like
right.
puff shoes.
Yeah.
They're a little big on you, but you know, if you stuff some socks at the front, they'll fit you pretty well.
Perfect.
We could throw some dishware in the hole with the prince and save it for later.
He just dove into a hole, and then gold dishware just showers from above.
Adventure dishes.
Here comes the adventure.
Yeah, let's snag whatever valuable shit and just throw it in the hole.
If you want.
Just litter the hole with valuables.
The treasure hole.
All right. You got your stuff? You got what you want?
Yes. I got my stuff.
All right, I swapped the hole back out for a second.
And you're, oh, God, it hurts so bad. Why is this happening to me?
And I just
push it.
we pushed all the shit into the hole.
And I seal it back up.
All right.
I
And
didn't
you
mean
guys-
to hurt him. I hope he's okay.
He dove into a 10-foot hole.
Face first.
And you guys hear a knock on the door, and you hear a muffled voice behind is like, "Prince, is everything still okay in there?"
Who can do the whiniest voice?
You have disguised self.
Oh, you're so right. I will disguise myself as the prince.
Oh.
Or let's run behind the curtain.
What?
Unflop the hole and let's get behind the curtain.
I'm supposed to be here.
Oh. Well, then I'll run behind the curtain.
All right. Hole has been unflopped.
Eric, do I need to roll for that? Or do I just do it?
No, I think you just disguise self. Yeah.
Okay, I am the prince. I am the prince now.
Okay.
Entertain me.
Is that what you yell out to the guards behind the door?
No, I yelled that to Orc. I'm making it seem like there's stuff going on in here.
Someone just knocked on the door, Your Highness.
Come in.
I'll go see who it is. I go open the door.
All right, and it's two guards standing there, and they say, "We thought we heard something like screaming or something like that."
Those were screams of joy. I am entertained.
Yeah, I'm doing magic for the kid. He's having fun.
Roll a deception check, Ryan.
15.
Okay. So the guards just look in and nod your head and say like, "Well, we'll be waiting out here if you need anything."
Good. Don't come in again. Don't break my concentration on the entertainer.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Yes,
And
go away.
And they bow and they close the door behind them.
And then I go, ha ha ha!
All right, so I guess I walk back into the room. So I guess they're not leaving. They're going to stand outside the door.
Yeah, is there another way out of here? Can we look around and see if there's like a back door or a...
Yeah, roll a perception check.
It's not great. I think it's a 10.
Okay. Yeah, so you're looking around, and there's like the green room that you're in, and the other area that you see is that there's a large balcony that's attached, like an open-air balcony leading out of this room.
Oh, like to the outside?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Got it. Let's go that way.
Yeah, so you go and you walk out the door, and you're greeted by the smell of fresh air. And you walk out and you're a couple stories up. So this is one of like the spires of the castle that is kind of over the cliff area. And you look to your left and you can see the castle rounding to like the main road that you walked up. So it's a pretty sheer drop from where you are right now to the ground. But you look up and there are more spires above you. And you can see a couple windows and other balconies below you. And below you too, you see some like windows that are embedded into the stone walls.
Should we tie a rope and climb down?
Yeah. Because I assume the dungeon's at the bottom, most likely.
Typically.
I would think so.
Okay. Yeah, let's climb down.
Okay. So you're going to tie some ropes together?
Yep. And tie 'em around the balcony.
Yeah, so you make a big loop with one of the ropes and put it over one of the giant like stone blocks that makes up the edges of this balcony, and it's pretty sturdy. And you throw the rope over the edge, and it reaches down past one of these windows, and so you're able to start climbing down. And everyone who's climbing, make a strength check.
Oh boy! You said we're over a cliff right now?
It's a large drop. It's like 200 or 300 feet down.
Good thing I rolled an 8.
Oh, I rolled a 9.
Oh boy, I rolled a 7.
And they all died.
You guys start trying to climb, and you're feeling very uncertain about your abilities right now. Like, it feels like you're going to have a very, very hard time climbing down this. You get a few feet down, and you're shaking.
I don't know about this, guys.
Yeah, I feel pretty weak.
Did we all go at the same time together?
I do. I do have feather fall. So we can just fall slowly.
Oh,
But are we trying to get all the way to the bottom? Do we think the dungeon is bottom floor?
yeah. Does it look like there's an entrance or a window at the bottom?
Yeah, I mean, you do see a window at near like 50 feet below you.
But what about at the very bottom?
The very bottom is craggy rocks.
Oh, that's like at the water bottom?
Yeah, it's like you're still kind of over land, but yeah, it's like right before the water. We'll say that.
Okay.
Yeah, we could try to feather fall and into the window, I guess. Use the rope to guide us. I mean, can we just feather fall and grab the rope again when we want to stop?
Yeah.
I probably, if it goes down far enough, yeah.
Yeah, the rope definitely goes past this window.
Okay. Sure, I'll cast Featherfall on all of us so that we can control our fall.
I let go of the rope.
All right. And you start, so you're just letting go of the rope and just falling?
Yeah, I'm like sort of holding my hands around
Okay.
the rope and letting
Gotcha.
myself fall. And then when I get to the window, I want to grab it again and stop.
Okay. I thought you were like, Jesus, take the wheel, and I was like, all right.
Just push off and
DM,
All right.
take the wheel.
Yeah. All right. So you're able to pretty easily do that because like you're falling at a slow enough rate and you have enough control that you're able to all fall down together. And so you have Yenri, like orc in fatigues, and the prince basically coming down this rope. And you get down to this window and you look inside and you're met with the eyes of a guard standing there. And he's kind of just wide-eyed looking at you with surprise. And he's just standing there with a sheathed sword. And he was just like looking out the window. And he's just dumbstruck.
and all three of us are there.
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
I mean,
Gonna
I
try
am
to
the
play-
prince. So.
I was gonna try to play a window washer, but pretty sure it looks like we're kidnapping the prince.
Also, I don't know if they have glass windows. Are they just like iron bars and an open?
Yeah, it's just
Still
an
gotta
opening.
wash the
Wash the bars.
outside.
Also, to be
Wash the-
clear, saying it looks like you're kidnapping the prince. You are, in fact, kidnapping the prince. He is
but
currently in your
how is
pocket.
Well,
Kidnapping two princes.
Yeah.
I salute him.
And he looks at you and he unsheaths his sword a little bit. He's like, "My prince, what are you doing outside of your chambers?"
Ah, we're just playing a game.
Like, you know your father would never tolerate this. This is extremely dangerous.
Excuse me.
I'm gonna punch him. I punch him in the face.
All right, I guess roll for initiative.
We're hanging outside of a window.
Yeah, I think we are at a disadvantage.
We gotta get in the window.
Here comes the boom. 14.
23.
17.
All right. So that we're gonna count that as a surprise round for Orc. So make an an unarmed strike against him. So roll for attack.
13.
Okay. So you try and hit, and the guard like dodges out of the way, and you miss with your arm. And next is gonna be Yenri.
So I'll use guiding bolt on him.
Okay.
So a ranged
and that
spell
makes everybody have advantage, right?
Yeah, well, the next person who attacks him, will have an advantage, and then I do some damage.
Okay.
So that's a 16 to hit.
Okay. That hits.
Okay. And 4d6. 15 damage.
15? Okay. So, yeah, you hold out your hands in a magical manner, and the bolt flies from your hand and hits this guy, and he looks pretty banged up after that, and he stumbles back. And next is going to be the guard, and so he turns around and he yells, "Help! Help! I need backup!"
No, he doesn't. Says the prince.
We'll wait to figure out what that does.
I feel like you should unprincify.
Why?
Really?
No, you don't think so? Okay.
I feel like I have way more clout as the prince.
As a prince, yeah.
I feel like I might be our ace in the hole.
All right, Orc, you're going to be next.
I'm next. All right. I'm gonna great axe him.
Okay.
Oh, I should have raged.
Are we still outside of a window? How big is this window?
I mean, it's a fairly large window. Like, Orc could crouch down and stand on this. Like, he's able to enter into the window.
Oh, okay. I was imagining
It's kind of like
a
a-
porthole with iron bars or something, and I was like,
No,
how
it's
you
kind of
gonna-
like an open air lookout.
Okay.
We were just taking turns reaching our hands in through the
Yeah. Exactly. Come here, I need to poke you.
Don't run away from me.
All right, that's a 17.
Okay, that hits.
Ooh, 17 damage.
All right, and he's looking pretty bloodied right now. And next is going to be Puff.
Okay. I'm going to use Firebolt on him. Ugh, that's not great. Actually, yeah, 13.
All right, you shoot a burst of flames from your hand, but it goes right past the guard's head and hits the wall behind him, leaving a large scorch mark.
Boo!
And then next is going to be Yenri. I guess I should be asking you guys if you're wanting to like move and do anything in particular. Like this little area is like a little lookout, and there's like open stone entryways that are leading out of this area into other hallways. And it's kind of like you're in like a little circular room that's about 10 feet in diameter.
Okay.
And Yenri's next.
All right. I'll just pull out my trusty rapier and try to jump down there and stab him.
Okay.
That's a 19.
Okay, that hits.
Cool. And then 9 damage.
All right, so you take your rapier and you shove it through like a gap in his armor, and it hits, and you see his eyes roll back in his head, and he falls down in a pile on the ground, and he is dispatched.
Cool. We gotta go.
All right. Yeah. Do we just leave him here, or let's put him in the hole?
Put him in the hole.
All right, flop it.
Quickly flop out the hole and kick him in. And shut the hole.
All right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. And roll a perception check.
20.
8.
16.
Okay. So, Puff, you're able to hear there's a bunch of footsteps coming from the right hallway leading off this room.
Guys, we gotta go to the left. The right is danger.
Okay.
All right.
So you guys turn left and you start sprinting down this hallway, and it's a very narrow corridor, and it's pretty dark in here. There's like some torches on the wall as you're running through, and you're running, and eventually you start to see some light again at the end, and you can see another Gar standing in another one of these battlements at the end of this corridor.
Puff, I really feel like you should unprince, because I don't think the prince is supposed to be out of his quarters. Then we can all just be guards, right?
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I unprince myself.
And then
I still have my fatigues on, I guess.
I would
What
assume
am
so.
I naked? I gave you my fatigue, didn't I?
You're just in Yenri clothes right now.
Wait, I thought we had 2 sets of fatigues.
Yeah, you're wearing the other ones.
You're wearing one of them.
Oh. Guess
Quick,
do we
give
need
me
to
your private parts, and I'll put them.
What did I do with those?
Oh, there's no time for that, Yen, right?
No, I'll just lay low.
Just want to try to walk past him?
Oh, well, sorry. Are we approaching a guard?
Yeah.
I can cast suggestion on him.
All right.
I will cast suggestion and say, bring us to General Sage. Bring us to the prisoner they call Sage, I guess.
Okay, cool. So I need to do a wisdom saving throw. What's your spell save DC?
15?
All right. So you try to reach out to the mind of this guard, and you feel blocked. You feel like the spell does not take hold.
Okay.
Can I throw on my Elton John glasses?
Yeah.
I will do that, and I will try to charm him.
Okay. I think that is also a wisdom saving throw. All right. So you put on your Elton John glasses and you approach the guard, and he looks at you, and you look deeply into his eyes, but he does not appear to be affected by your charm.
He's immune to magic.
Put him in the hole.
He's been training.
Throw the hole underneath his feet.
So he is well aware of us now.
Yeah, he sees you now, and he starts approaching you with hand on hilt.
We're taking this prisoner to the dungeon. And I point at Yenri.
Like, what are you doing with a cadet?
He's in training. We're taking the prisoner to the dungeon.
Roll a persuasion check. Or deception check.
17.
Okay. So he looks at you for a moment. He's like, okay, I guess it is important for the cadets to know how to do this. I'm not up on what they're training them these days. All right, you may pass.
Yep, I salute him and I say, salute the man, cadet. You're hopeless. All right, come on.
Sorry.
Come on, prisoner. And I yank Yenri down there.
All right, and you keep walking, and
Tell the guys behind me we got him. We're taking him down.
It's like, okay. And
we fast walk down the hall.
All right. You keep running for a bit, and you're in another narrow corridor, and eventually you reach a spot where you are now in a large, what appears to be like an armory. There are weapons on the walls. There's barrels. There's some cannons in this room. There's pieces of ballistas that are being stored here. And this is a pretty large room. There doesn't appear to be anybody in here at the moment.
Cool.
Do you think they're still coming? Should we hide?
Is there armor in here?
Yeah, there is armor in here as well.
We should all armor up.
All right.
Yeah.
We do that. We find armor that fits us.
Okay.
Or try to.
Okay. So you shuffle around. There's an area where there's armor up on the wall, and you're all able to find pieces of armor that fit you. And these armor in particular have the insignia of like the higher level Imperial Guard because they're in the castle.
Dope.
Nice.
And so you're
They really
able
should have
to
locked this room.
They might have. You guys just ran from the part that leads out into the battlements.
Are there any like bombs in here?
Ah, yes.
There are some large powder kegs. Not goat milk beer combinations, actual powder kegs.
Okay. So I remember when we were supposed to have blasted out a wall for
Yeah.
what's her face? Oh, you have magic too, but powder keg seems a little hard to carry.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, big Goron boy can probably carry it.
Yeah. There's be a time limit though. It's a tough one.
Yeah. Speaking of time limit, how long have we been
Holding these prisoners.
I guess we just opened it up to put someone in there.
Yeah, I mean it's been like a couple minutes.
Yeah. Is there a little mini barrel or like a mug I can put some gunpowder into? Do a little mini powder keg?
They said it's not the beer goat milk company.
I mean, there are like buckets, there's helmets, there's a lot of things that you could potentially put things in.
All right, I want to fill a bucket with gunpowder.
Make some IEDs? Is that what it is? I almost said IUDs, but I think that's intrauterine device.
Birth control is very important.
Improvised
in a different way.
explosive device, I think, is IED.
Yeah, improvised explosive device.
Did that improvised uterine device?
Does this come in handy?
Maybe one day.
Just in case. All right, so you go over to a keg and you scoop some powder into it very carefully, and you now have like a bucket of gunpowder, basically.
All right. I got a thing.
Okay.
Are there stairs?
So there is a wooden door in this room that is currently closed.
Oh, there's gonna be more guards guarding the door.
Probably.
Put them in the hole.
Open the door. Flop. Yeah, how many guards can we fit in the hole?
Why did I give you guys a portable hole? This is awful.
How much? What's the volume of this hole?
Well, it's a 6-foot diameter by 10-foot deep cylinder. So it's pi r squared times 10.
So
I feel like we could easily fit
times 10.
4 people in the hole.
Easily.
No, you could definitely fit 4 people in the hole. You could fit like 50 people in that hole.
Really?
Like if they're just bodies stacked on top of each other.
That's a disturbing image.
Yeah.
not maybe not that much, but you could fit 20 people in a 6-foot by 10-foot hole. I feel like.
All right.
Yeah, maybe not with all
pretty
them
deep.
staying alive, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean like if you were to like pack every crevice with body.
I think that you could fit 20 to 30 people.
All right. Well, should we just
What?
whip the door open and shove them in a hole?
And we're dressed as guards now, right? Couldn't we just be coming out of the armory from the other side?
I guess so. Yeah, because there are. Yeah, you're right. I was assuming they'd wonder how we got in here, but I guess there's
There
other
is
guards.
a door, yeah.
Yeah.
Rather than flopping strangers left and right.
Fine.
I'm just trying to cause as little disturbance as possible.
That has not been what this is all about, Henry.
Oh, okay.
This has been chaos.
No, you're right.
Okay. Well, we can walk out. If they give us trouble, flop them.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
When in doubt,
Swap it out. Yeah.
Oh. We should grab some weapons to make it look like there was a reason we came through the armory.
All right.
I grab a
Some-
halberd.
Yeah, me too.
Me 3.
All right, you have halberds in hand.
We open the door and strut out.
All right, you try to open the door and it's locked.
Damn it.
Shut.
Should we knock? Knock, knock, knock.
All right, you rap on the door and you hear voices from their side, and they say, "Is it time for your patrol shift to change?"
Sure.
Yes.
And they say, "Okay." And you hear the door unlock a bit, and they open it up, and there's 2 guards standing there, and you're looking down another narrow corridor.
Well, I salute them.
We salute.
All right, and
March.
they salute back, and then you walk through, and they close the door behind you, and lock it back up. And this passageway is a little bit larger than the one that you were in before, so it's about 6 feet wide and maybe 8 feet tall, and there's a bunch of torches lining it. And you're walking down this hallway for a little bit, and you eventually pop out into a large cavern that has this like spiraling wooden platform staircase going down into the depths that you can't quite see. And looking up, you can see the spiral reaching up higher to an area where there is light. And this whole room is about, 100 feet wide, and it's kind of carved out of the earth and is reaching down.
Now, am I imagining this correctly as like the pit that they
National
get
treasure
into? National
hole.
treasure? Yes, exactly.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. Mhm.
Wait, is this the one with like the wooden elevator things?
Yep,
Yeah. The
shaft?
exactly.
Ah.
And I'm really glad those guards didn't say anything about my bucket of gunpowder.
Routine bucket of gunpowder.
I did not think about that. We're not perceptive enough. So you guys are now standing in this room, and you all of a sudden hear like a voice come over the intercom, I guess. There is a voice that you hear that like emerges from somewhere in this cavern, and it says, "The prince is missing. Be on the watch for suspicious characters."
Our time is limited, guys.
Yeah. Guess we go down.
Yeah.
So you guys start walking on this like circular pathway that's lining it, and you're walking for about a minute, and as you're reaching down, you hear some footsteps from up above where you originally came out, and there are a few guards standing there, and they say, "There they are! Those are the ones we were chasing!" And they start running after you down the spiral staircase.
I'm not sure if Shatter would do this for sure. I'm thinking I want to cast Shatter on the stairway right behind us to just break it off so that they can't follow us. It does say a creature made of inorganic material like stone, crystal, or metal has disadvantage on the saving throws. I mean, sounds like it would shatter stuff. So
Yeah, I mean, it literally sounds like it would break wood apart easily.
okay. Then yeah, I'm going to cast Shatter basically like 10 feet behind us to break apart the stairway. So
You got to quote Gandalf when you do it.
You shall not continue down the stairs. And I cast Shatter.
A little wordy, but all right. All right, and you said I make a saving throw?
Well, the creature would.
The stairs.
Yeah,
the stairs have
make a
saving throw?
The stairs will just fail, so you can just roll for damage.
Okay. 12 damage.
Okay. So you do this, and a piece of the staircase like just erupts behind you higher up on the area, and the wood like splinters out and shoots towards you guys, and like the parts of the staircase on either side of where this big hole is start to collapse a little bit around that area, and it's starting to like fall down on lower areas of the staircase below you, and it seems to be weakening the area of the stairs below you as large pieces fall down.
Should we feather fall?
Well, I don't know where this person is that we're looking for. Like, what if she's... Are we in the dungeon? Is this the dungeon?
You're going lower.
Yeah.
Are there like multiple outlets from these stairs, or does it just keep going down?
It just keeps going down. Like most of the areas where it was like doorways were like in the circumference of the area that you emerged from. Lower
Gotcha.
down, it's kind of just craggy, like carved walls now.
Can we see all the way to the bottom?
You cannot right now.
Oh,
It's pretty dark. You can see like dim light, but it's difficult to see.
I'd kind of prefer to start running rather
Yeah,
than
let's-
just falling into the abyss, but...
all right, let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Run!
So you guys start to run around this area, and the guards are above you, and you see them like look down and see this like destroyed piece of bridge, and they like run back into the area they came, and a few of them start running up the staircase that still remains back up to the top, and there's just a lot of commotion going on up there. And so you guys are running, and you're able to make it past the area where the path had fallen on the path below, and it held. So you're able to run over that, and you keep running down the spiral staircase for a while. And eventually you lose sight of the area above. It's kind of just dim light up there, and it's hard to make out. And you're getting closer and closer to the ground level. And you eventually see the bottom, and it is a large dirt area at the bottom here. And the staircase comes to the bottom, and you see a large metal gate that is currently up with a doorway, and there's torches on either side. And on the inside, you can see more dim light, and there is a large cavern. and you see a bunch of guards that are wielding these large beasts standing on the other side of the metal gate.
Did you say wielding beasts?
I guess they have beasts at their side,
Okay.
and they're holding them like baseball bats.
Yeah,
Poor word choice.
on guard.
Just gripping weasels tightly. What kind of beasts are they?
They're like large, four-legged lizard-looking things.
Oh my god.
Oh man,
Okay. I wonder if
Should
word
we-
has traveled down this far. Can we just...
should we just pull the prince out of the hole and threaten him? Use him as a hostage?
do that? We should probably let him out of the hole regardless. He might be close to death soon.
Yeah.
Probably could be.
Do you think they know about us down here in the depths? I guess
I
there
don't
is
know.
kind of an intercom. So
They did say look out for suspicious characters. Mm-hmm. I don't think we're supposed to be here.
we could fake like we're looking for the suspicious characters.
True.
That's true. Could try that.
And if not, we flop them? Or,
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Always.
flop them in or flop out the prince.
yeah. All right. So we rush up to the guards and say, has anyone come through this way?
And they turn on you and they say, we haven't seen anyone come through here yet. It's like, have you seen any suspicious activity at the opening of the dungeon?
No, not yet. But we believe that these ones are tricksters. They might have magic with them. They might have slipped past.
And roll a deception check.
Okay. 17.
Okay. And they look at you for a second and they squint their eyes. It's like, that might be possible. It's like, we have magical detection in some of these areas, but a high-level mage could circumvent these protections, I guess. He's like, we'll send one of ours with you. The guard Drake will make sure you're protected.
All right. Sounds good.
And so the other two like stand at ready with their two guard drakes. These lizards are called, and then one of them is following you with the
I
other.
thought the guard's name was just Drake.
I thought
so too.
Oh yeah, no, it's actually a monster called a guard drake.
This is the guard Drake and his guard Drake.
Yeah, I was gonna ask Drake
He's
how
from
his day's been
Toronto.
going.
Yeah,
All right. We should probably check Sage's prison first. That's our most valuable prisoner, right, Drake?
and roll a persuasion check.
16.
And he looks at you for a second. He's like, "You do mean Commander Sage, right?"
Yes, of course.
He's like, she is one of our highest level prisoners at this time. She could be a target, I guess.
Exactly.
We can move to her cell immediately. And so he's bringing you through, and he is moving with you, and you're going through these like really winding like labyrinth corridors, and you're passing these different cells, and there's these people like huddled up on the ground in these cells, and you're walking a ways, and he eventually reaches an area where there's a man standing, and he looks like a big burly dude, but he's wearing sort of like long cloaks. And he comes up and he says, "We seem to think that there might be someone infiltrating the dungeon, that Sage could be a target. It's like, we need entry to check on her well-being." And the man looks at you all for a second and he says, "We have magical protections in this area. It's like, we have not detected any beings in this area yet."
Are you sure we're secure from all types of magic?
Like, we have fairly high level protections in this area to protect from the prisoners that are dwelling inside.
Have you checked on the prisoner recently?
And he looks back and forth. And he's like, "It has been 6 hours since our last check-in. I guess we better check again." And so he turns behind you and he waves his hands, and you see this like slight shimmer, and you step in, and then he waves his hands again, and this like shimmer comes up behind you as you're like passing through the door, and it's like very quiet in here. It feels like the sound's been like pulled out of the room. And so the man with the guard drake is currently walking with you, and you walk down another corridor, and these cells are like much bigger than the other ones in terms of the areas inside. And you see a couple prisoners. There are ones where it's like there's a guy that's like chained up in the middle, and his head is hanging down, and he has like tons of area surrounding him in the cell. Like he has like no access to anything. And you pass by another of a guy that's sitting on the ground, and he has these like rock pieces that are climbing up his legs and body, and he seems to be like petrified into the ground. And you keep going, you eventually reach another cell that has large bars, and you see a young-looking General Sage lying on the ground. And the man with the guard drake is sitting there, and he says, "It looks like the prisoner is okay."
I suppose so.
I cast suggestion on him. This is probably a pretty easily suggestible thing anyway, but just in case. Cast suggestion on him and tell him, go back to the guards at the front and let them know that General Sage is here. So a 15 wisdom check.
Okay. So he looks at you for a moment, and he says, "Okay, I'll do that." And he walks away from you back down the corridor, and Drake follows.
Are we just looking into bars?
Yeah. And General Sage is lying there. And she starts moving a little bit. She's kind of just curled up in a ball on the ground, and she like pulls herself up and looks back at you, and she says, "Who are you? You're not the normal guards."
Commander Sage, we're here to rescue you. And I take off my helmet.
And I do the same.
Me too.
And she's just like looking at you because you just look like guards to her, but not the ones you recognize.
Yeah, that's right. You don't know us.
If that was meant to be some great show of something, it's lost on me.
You'll get it in 20 years. Or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm wondering if I can just place the bucket of gunpowder like at the edge of her cell to both blow away the bars and the wall. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can try and do that.
That's right. You just waltz through here with a bucket of gunpowder.
No, nobody said anything. Nobody said anything.
Standard issued bucket of gunpowder.
Damn, yeah.
Nothing weird here.
I've just been hiding it behind my cape the whole time.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like, boy, that guy has a donk.
I got it right here.
Yeah, still got that bucket of gunpowder?
Right, sure do. Here it is.
You want me to light that up?
Yeah, Puff, please. Do the honors.
I use firebolt on the bucket of gunpowder.
All right, how far away are you guys?
And we
Where's
say,
my range?
Sage, please back up.
And she runs to the side of the wall, and you ignite the bucket of gunpowder, and it blasts out, and you just hear this enormous explosion come out. And when the dust clears, the area at the edge of her cell next to the bars is blown out, and there's a small bit of light coming through as like a few more stones crumble and a larger hole appears and more light pours through, and you can hear the waves of the ocean crashing from outside. And General Sage looks at you and she just says, "Who are you?" And she starts running towards the opening. And you guys feel like the world around you start to change. Like the rocks and the bars and sage start to evaporate in these like whiffs of white smoke. And right as General Sage jumps out this hole that you made, the rest of the environment evaporates out and you're just enveloped in this white haze. And you see in front of you the wisps of smoke dissipate a little bit, and you see a crystal hanging in the air, and you see the shape of an old woman walking towards you. And then you hear this like reverberating, like ringing noise, kind of like when you put your finger against crystal glass, like this singing. And the glass of the crystal that surrounds Sage explodes, and you see her slowly float down to the ground and land on her feet, and her head is just like hanging down and her arms are at her side. And the old woman puts her hand on Sage's head, and you see Sage's head lift up and her eyes are like glowing white, and her white hair, Sage's white hair, is like wisping around in the wind, and you see the smoke start to swirl around her in this tornado. And the old woman walks up to you and she says, "I'm very happy that you were able to return Sage's soul to her body. Honestly, I didn't know if you'd be able to do it. But now, as promised, I give you the Talisman of Time." And she points her hand at Sage, and Sage rises up into the air and floats towards you, and then falls back down, and the white of her eyes like goes out, and she like regains consciousness. And the old woman looks at you, and you remember that she is the keeper of the Talisman of Time. Her name is Zana. And Zana looks at you and she says, "I present you with my last heir, the heir of the Talisman of Time. The other keepers of the talisman chose to embody their powers inside of objects, inside of gems, inside of amulets. I chose to embody mine in my own blood. Sage is my living descendant and the embodiment of the Talisman of Time.
Wow.
I wish you well on your quest."
That's heavy.
Sage, it was inside you all along.
And she just looks around and she's like, "This is all a little overwhelming. I mean, I always felt that there was some sort of power deep inside of me that I didn't understand, but this is more than I ever could have wished for in this fight. We're one step closer, I guess. This is an awakening for me."
Do we think Orthgard knows? Is that why he imprisoned you all those years ago?
I honestly don't know. I wasn't aware of it. I don't know how he would have been aware of it. He had only had 2 talismans at the time. But I know that I am a key to this battle more than I knew now. And so are all of you. Without your help, I would still be trapped in that dungeon, likely dead. We must go back to Kultan immediately.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And you see the mist around you start to fade a little bit, and you can start to hear the whipping winds of a snowstorm outside. And Zana steps back and she says, "Good luck to all of you." And she dissipates, and you are now standing in a blizzard in the middle of the far, far north.
Should we check the hole?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Well, we definitely messed up the timeline. Don't think you're supposed to bring people back with you.
All right, I swap out the hole.
Do we kidnap the prince and teleport him 20 years into the future?
And a guard.
I'm trying to think of when the last time that you let the prince breathe was.
It was when we put that other guard in there.
Yeah, it was right before the armory.
Oh, God. No, you open it up and there's silence.
But we can't see in, so that's either good or bad.
Wait, can I look inside?
Yeah. You look inside and you see two motionless bodies lying on the ground.
Oh no.
Oh, no wonder Orthgard's pissed.
Okay, let me see something quick. All right, so you see these two motionless bodies on the ground, and all of a sudden you hear just
Are you alive?
Your Highness?
and then you hear silence again.
How was the adventure?
And you don't hear an answer.
Henry.
Oh, I cast mass healing word to heal him and the buddy.
All right. So you cast mass healing word, and you see the body of the prince start to move a little bit. The other body does not move, and you see him kind of get up, and he's like holding his arm and leg, and he rises and he's like, ah! And he sees the body in front of him, and he like shuffles to the edge, like, I'm in so much pain. What is happening? Where am I? Why is it so cold?
This really throws a wrench in things.
Don't freak out. Okay.
Look.
You're a little far away from home.
Like in the meat chamber where they keep all the meat on ice?
Sure.
It's like that, but like 20 years of meat chamber.
And he just starts crying.
Sage, it looks like we have a hostage now.
This is going to complicate things.